Matthias Ekholm was named an alternate captain for Sweden today. Maybe just a thought on it. We all kind of know what he brings to the club, but just a thought on how, since you've been here, what do you feel about him?
I mean, he's definitely one of the leaders in the room. We're the oldest team in the NHL, and we've got a lot of veterans. And he doesn't wear a letter on our team, but he's definitely one of our leaders. And a lot of guys have a lot of respect for him, for the person that he is, the work that he puts in. And obviously you see it every night, what he does on the ice, whether it's playing against other teams' top lines, blocking shots, the penalty kill. He does so much. But, I'm not surprised that they would announce that he'd be one of the captains.
He's so respected around the league, I guess, and just like it seems like his game is even elevated this season. How have you kind of seen that he's going to be on both ends?
Well, a lot of respect, just what a quality player he is. He does everything, but he is hard to play against. He's very physical and not a lot of respect around the league because he's not dirty at all. He's physical, but doesn't take any liberties on guys that are unfair and difficult to play against. So, we see it every night, every game, every day that we have him around. But when other teams come in, they only see him once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. But it's hard not to notice Ekholm.
What type of challenge does Detroit present? Which parts of your game do you make sure you have in order against them?
Well, the biggest one is how well their power play has been going. I think in January about 37% and getting them a lot of goals. So I think 16 goals in January. So, I think it starts there, staying out of the box as much as we can. And then when we are shorthanded, our penalty killers have a big job.
Do you see parallels in what happened with you coming in here and then what happened with Todd getting into Detroit and kind of turning things around?
I don't know. I haven't followed their team. I don't know how they're, obviously they're winning some more games. What he's done, how much he's changed their team, I can't comment on that. But obviously, Todd's a very good coach, and for him to get more wins out of the team, I'm not surprised, especially with what he's done in the past. But the specifics of their team and how it's changed after the coaching change, I don't think I can comment on that.
Any lineup changes from the last game?
Yes, we will have a couple lineup changes.
Klingberg playing.
Klingberg is expected to play.
And what have you seen here in the last little bit as he prepares? And, is there a chance he goes 7 defensemen, or what will
No, our plan is to go 6 defensemen, and the pairs will work themselves out tonight. Obviously, the workload with him coming in, it's not going to be a 25-minute night for him. There'll be, you'll probably see numerous partners throughout the night. And then up front, Kapanen will be coming out.
So you've got a team where you've got some guys like Klingberg. Like he's not old, but he's older, and he's near. He's coming back from something. You got a guy like Perry that's been around a long, long time. He's staying around trying to win. You got a guy like Henrique that's taking less money to be here. Can you talk to us maybe a little bit about the balance between bringing in experience and having guys that have been there and can lead you places, but you're not getting too old and maybe too slow? The balance as a coach that you want.
I think what we want is the best players possible, no matter what their age is. To have a good hockey team, you need amount of skill. You need good defensemen, forwards, guys who can score, who can check, and penalty kill. There's bringing in talent is the most important thing, and then having kind of roles. What kind of roles are? If you get a bunch of offensive players, they might be the best players, but they can't utilize their skill if they're not on the first unit power play. And we've got a pretty good first unit power play, so you can get somebody who's really good on the power play, but are you maximizing that player's ability to help your team? Probably not. So I think first and foremost, what I said was getting the best players in, but then there's roles on things that need to be filled. Now, as for veterans, I don't think there's a benefit or detriment on their age. I mean, just ultimately it comes down to what they're bringing and how good they are. If they do have some experience, that's great. It's going to help with when the team goes through tough times. The experience does mean something, but just because they've got experience doesn't mean they're going to be a better player than another one. So, I think going back to what I said was just having the best players possible.
We're talking earlier about Todd. He's coached on lots of different teams. This is your first team. I guess when he comes into a new team, it's like you've coached a long time in this league. It's not like jumping on a horse and kind of jumped on it. I mean, he's been coached at like 4 places. So whatever team he gets,
Well, as a coach, the more experience you have, that's really important. Experience for players is important, but I'd say even more for coaches, just because you've seen more players, you've seen more teams, more dynamics, you see more faults and what needs to be addressed. And I'm sure that he'd been, not coaching this year and been following the NHL and knowing what teams were doing well and not, and where they could be better. And I'm sure that he had an idea for probably every team around the NHL from watching. And when he had that opportunity to join Detroit, he had a pretty good idea of what needed to be done even before talking to the players or the staff, and obviously he would have done a pretty good job addressing that.
So coaches, if they're out of work, they still want to be back in. It sounds like
Even when they're out of work, they're still coaching. Maybe not getting paid for that for one organization, but they're still working.